Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. Today we got episode 22 of the Attitude Era review series. Backlash 1999, where we would see The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWF Championship. So after WrestleMania, it came all down to the Smoke and Skull title. Austin was not happy carrying around the Big Eagle title. And this is during Raw, where the Big Show pulled down the Titantron and Austin destroyed it. Really fun stuff here going on. Pay-per-view airs April 25th, 1999. Providence, Rhode Island at the Providence Civic Center. 10,939 in attendance. So not the biggest show, but it is a pretty good show overall. Pretty solid. So this would be the final In Your House pay-per-view. By this point, they were In Your House taglined at the end, as opposed to, in your house, mind games, in your house, this or that. JR and the King are on commentary, and the first match of the night is going to be a six-man tag team match. The Brood versus the APA and Midian. Decent opener, but the Brood's entrance during this time is just awesome. The APA and Midian get a 500-pound assist by Viscera with a big splash on the outside and a clothesline from hell for 3. After the match, we see Rock arriving in the building backstage, whatever, and he's dragging the Smoke and Skull title on the floor. Total disrespect to the title. Second match of the night is for the WWF Hardcore title. Okay, sorry about that. Second match for the Hardcore title. Al Snow versus Hardcore Holly. This is a decent match as well, but nowhere near the match they had at Valentine's Day Massacre. They use sticks. There's a table, cookie sheets. They go outside into the garbage. They do a elbow drop out of the production truck at one point onto a car. End up back in the ring and I hit a superplex through the table for a 2 count. Al Snow hits Hardcore Holly with head for 3. New hardcore champion here. And then we see Undertaker backstage with the Ministry of Darkness, and they're talking about this higher power. The higher power, we'll end up revealing that during the next episode, but yeah, they're slowly building to that. Third match of the night for the Intercontinental title is going to be the Godfather versus Goldust with the Blue Meanie. And this was a pretty short match, decent overall. Goldust ends up getting powder to the eyes, which the Godfather blocks. And then Goldust is attacking Blue Meanie, thinking it's the Godfather. Hits the Shattered Dreams on Blue Meanie. Godfather hits that pimp drop for the 3 count and the retain. Um, Good night for the Godfather. Michael Cole backstage here with Al Snow and Head. And he's sitting in between two urinals, arguing with Head. This is pretty fun stuff here, going back, watching this hardcore stuff here, hardcore division. Um, I was never the biggest Al Snow fan, but he's a guy that, just naturally had sympathy for. Fourth match of the night, New Age Outlaws versus Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart. Uh, Before the match even starts, a Road Dogg wants to see those puppies with Deborah. This is for the number one contenders for the tag titles. Tag champs are X-Pac and Kane. Solid back and forth action. Pump handle drop for a 2 count. Owen gets a sharpshooter on the Road Dogg and figure four to Billy Gunn, which is reversed. Fameasser to Owen for the 3 count. The Outlaws are the number one contenders now. This was a pretty good match here. Also, I did do a little vote. If you guys want to vote on the future episode of the Attitude Era review series, I'm at a crossroads here with Over the Edge. But if you guys do want to see the review, go out and vote for it or comment down below here, and I'll reconsider doing the review. But there are a few votes for King of the Ring 99 and Over the Edge 99, so we'll have to see the votes. I'll give it a week or so and see what happens with that. Now let's take a look at this cover here, because this is actually really cool. Austin and Rock back. Taker, Shamrock. There's a shot of the hardcore match, the elbow drop on the car. Boiler room brawl, which is always fun. So we go backstage with Michael Cole and Shane, and then Kevin Kelly with Vince and Stephanie. And Shane is, taking over here with the corporate ministry and everything. And Vince is scared. He's with Stephanie. This is right before the abduction. So, fifth match of the night, the Boiler Room Brawl. Excellent match. There haven't been many of them, but, Mankind and the Big Show definitely put on a hell of a match. These guys are doing, choke slams off a ladder through 2 tables. There's glass everywhere. There's pipes. Foley's got a bad gash on his hand at one point, and he's got a pipe to the Big Show. He's buried by pipes, and Foley is out of the boiler room. Gets attacked by Test and the Big Boss Man, and then Big Show chases Boss Man out. Got the Mr. Socko to Test. Foley wins here, and the Big Show takes care of the Boss Man. Triple H in China backstage with Michael Cole, and then we got a Big Show with the Doctor. Foley returns to the boiler room, showing his, handprints crawling out of the boiler room. Perfect evidence and blood everywhere as a result of that. Really good match. If you guys haven't seen that, definitely check out that boiler room match. Sixth match of the night is Triple H versus X-Pac. What up? What up? I really like this match here, Triple H and X-Pac. X-Pac misses the Bronco Buster early on, and Triple H ends up working the neck. Everyone knows X-Pac's history there. Triple H uses a Dragon Sleeper at one point and hits a nice face buster, cuts off X-Pac once again, and drop kicks the ref to the outside. X-Pac hits the X Factor, but China comes in, hits a low blow. Kane comes out, chokeslams them both. A Bronco Buster to both Triple H and China. Kane leaves the ring. X-Pac gets pedigreed and loses the match. So weird kind of booking there with Kane making a save, but doesn't quite get the win in the end. But they are the tag champs. But this was the really big turn for Triple H's career. Seventh match of the night was Ken Shamrock versus The Undertaker. Yeah, exactly. Um, Ken Shamrock and The Undertaker. This um, really good match overall, but the fans really never got into it. This is still at a time where Undertaker is the evil Ministry of Darkness character, but the fans they're not buying it at all. Um, so it kind of gets torn down by the audience. But I thought it was a really good match. The solid back and forth. Um, Shamrock works Taker's leg, and the crowd boos him. Ankle lock to Taker. Taker's putting on some bow and arrows, a Boston Crab. Shamrock hits an ankle lock, and out comes Bradshaw with a baseball bat. Belly to belly to Bradshaw. Undertaker hits a tombstone for 3. It was a decent match, but they didn't really have good chemistry. And Undertaker puts the bat to Shamrock after the match. Shamrock was just getting buried at this point, and he'd be gone by the end of September and never really returned. 8th match in the main event for the WWF Championship, The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, the WWF World Heavyweight Champ. I do have a cool pickup here. Oops. Of The Rock with the Smoking Skull title. So, this is from a magazine way back in the day. Beautiful. This isn't from the Backlash event, but from probably a Raw or something around that time. But Austin has the Big Eagle title. Rock has the Smoking Skull title. This is turned into a no-holds-barred contest earlier on in the night, and Shane McMahon is the referee. So Austin hits a Luthes press out to the stage area. They go and they are knocking fences over the staging area. They always had the cool staging area back then, and they used it in the matches more than not. There's fencing and different metal on the staging area they're using. They're back ringside through the Spanish announce table. Austin gets up and Rock hits a low blow, rock bottom through the announce desk. Rock grabs a camera. I always loved when he did this, and Austin hits a stunner on the other English announce table, I guess, in the ring, and Rock hits another rock bottom, and covers Austin for a 2 count. Shane McMahon goes and grabs one of the title belts. We got a belt shot to the Rock by Shane. 1, 2, and Shane McMahon hits the double bird to Steve. Shane gets out, runs out of the arena, and Vince is in the aisleway. Oh, and before the match even started, before Austin was introduced, he told the timekeeper or someone to take the Smoking Skull title back to his office, whatever, and then Vince, this is where Vince comes in with the Smoking Skull title, clocks Shane in the aisleway, and he brings out Earl Hebner, sends Earl into the ring. Austin hits another stunner another belt shot. 1, 2, 3. Stone Cold Steve Austin retaining the WWF title. And he celebrates with both championships. We got beer and Vince at the end of the match tosses the Smoking Skull belt in the ring. And now remember, Vince and Stephanie were backstage together. Vince is now in the arena. Stephanie's alone. We cut back to the limousine was out all night, and Stephanie is now in the limo, and we're pulling out of the arena, and Stephanie's like, "No, no, wait for my dad." Blah blah blah, and the curtain rolls down, and the Undertaker's driving. Where to, Stephanie? Good way to go off the air with Austin celebrating in the ring, and McMahon is just kind of in awe in the arena, unaware of what's happened to his daughter. But this would all be played into the kind of higher power thing with Austin saving Stephanie and Vince revealed himself as a higher power. Yeah, it was definitely better than Backlash, Tyler Hodder says. And yeah, that was cool. They would end up doing that a couple more times with Teddy Long. I remember that one, and might have been another one. But I always like the fun shows like this. So don't forget, guys, go send in your votes. Like I said, if it doesn't get many votes, I'll reconsider. But Over the Edge 99 is up in the air. Or put your vote in for King of the Ring 99. Pretty underrated show, which no one talks about. The handicap ladder match for the total control of the WWF. And then we have Rock and Undertaker for the title. Pretty decent show overall, but if you guys are interested, I will review the Over the Edge show, but it's a really controversial show, like everyone knows. So that's why I'm not really interested to watch it again. Anyways, guys, let me know your overall thoughts on the show. Take some time, subscribe. Overall, I would say this was a pretty solid show, 7.5 out of 10. Check it out. Those last 2 or 3 matches kind of brought the show up quite a bit with X-Pac and Triple H, and the title match itself, along with the Boiler Room Brawl. Anyways, guys, we'll talk to you later.